I want to tell you guys about something that I've been thinking about since the game came out. And, you know, many people talk about it online. I just want to, I don't know, maybe point out um, my way of thinking about it. Um, I'm currently playing Season 9, and as you can see on the right, um, I took a hardcore character, which is my uh, my trial for myself to make the game more enjoyable. And I have to tell you, I'll make a video about it, I hope, but it's it's not bad actually. It's fun, and the reason is because regardless of difficulty, you have this type of fear of getting killed, which actually now I'm level 18, but it almost happened to me. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is Season 9, and I'm trying to find ways to make the game enjoyable because I'm such a big Diablo fan. And I'm seeing all these online reviews and proposals about what should happen to the game, and I actually agree with everything. But I think over time, uh, these things have to happen. For instance, the end game is not very good. I agree. It's not enough, but I don't know if you're seeing. I'm just walking around in the environments near Kiev and looking for events. That's enjoyable for me. I'm a casual player. I love just killing monsters, and I think before I get to what I'm trying to sell, just say that okay. So season 9, you have all these, you have these seasonal powers. I don't really appreciate them too much. Besides the fact that you can have these infusions adding all sorts of elemental damage instead of physical damage, or instead of, for instance, the skill that I'm using right now, this one, Celestial, whatever. It has to be lightning by default initially, and then I got poison. I'm playing a poison druid, um, so it's nice, but still, I think a big complaint that was that uh, the game seasons are repeatable, and also they don't leave the content that they have for the next season, and it doesn't go into the meta. And so I agree with everything, but I think the biggest issue that I'm trying, that the only reason I play PTR is to give this feedback. So I'll say what it is, and then I'll say something optimistic, because there's a lot of criticism online, which I actually completely understand because I'm very frustrated of the game. Um, but um, but this is what I think. The thing that the game needs the most is, I think Rex also said something like this online, is I don't plan the skills that I'm going to use. I wanted to say ascendancies. Started playing PoE too. Equipment, uniques, and legendaries and everything. I don't think in advance what I want to choose. And in previous Diablo games, you would just advance and you would take the skills that you have chosen and make the character as good as possible using the skills that you have already chosen. And you could take it to many different directions despite having less complexity than D4 has. So the problem with D4, in my opinion, the biggest problem is the content is gonna improve, but the way the character is built, it it makes you choose one of maybe three, four, five builds without even comparing to other people online and pit level 100, 200, I don't know what, just for fun. if you choose on the skill tree, started playing with the controller, so I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Okay, yeah. If you look on the skill tree for ways to have a good character, now I chose werebear and werewolf forms, so I'm choosing all of these skills related to them. Also, I wasn't planning on doing it. I chose companion because they're good skills and I want to use poison, so I started with poison creeper and that's where it's going. And I'm aiming at using the key passive bestial rampage, which is for when you're using both shapeshifting types. Um, so, so there are not many ways that I can create two-type shapeshifting druid. I wish there were three types, four types, but maybe who knows in the future. I hope. Maybe you can become a lion or whatever. But um, so the options for builds that I have are mostly irrelevant. I'm choosing this one and I'm playing. But when I'm going to find the good equipment and the Paragon board and from this very small number of passives, here you see these passives regarding shapeshifting, I'm going to have to choose the same Paragon boards and nodes. I'm going to have to, I definitely have to max out these passives, and I'm going to choose. I can't infuse. I can infuse the seasonal powers, but I can't infuse my skills. I don't want to use rabies because it's poison damage. I want to use boulder and have it do kind of a poison damage. Not because I'm going to find some type of equipment to help the boulder become this way, because I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm not into going into websites and looking at all the legendary whatever that I have. Um, um, so so I just want to play and choose the skills, the basic behavior of the character that I can take and start expanding for, I don't know, 2 weeks of gameplay. Now, two things. First of all, why I think it's important, because it's my opinion. So, how do I know that it should be like that? And second of all, something optimistic. I think I have a proof of the game needs to be like that because, in my opinion, the reason that PoE2 currently crushes D4, the only maybe reason, or for me mainly, is that this is how it works there. You find, you create a skill gem, then you have all types of skill reinforcement mechanics that just take the skill that you like, take the skill that you use, and they improve it. And it has synergies with so many things. You don't have to take whatever rabies to have poison, or poison creeper to have poison. You have actually uh, assisting skill gems, or I don't remember the actual name, that makes your skill just in addition to do poison damage, and the tempering here doesn't do it. Besides, I had, maybe I have it still. Um, I tempered. No, I don't have it already. I tempered an item for doing poison damage, and I tempered it 6 times, and it shadow, and I couldn't temper anymore. So PoE2 it works really well. All the creation of the basic core configuration of the character, and then at level 20 or whatever, you have also ascendancies, which is like obtaining a secondary profession, which here, I have the spirit boons for the druid. I like that every character has something specific, but it's useless, plus 30% life. Come on, I can use items to get something like this, a little bit more thought to put into the game, it would be great. So, so I think uh, making the class more customizable, but using the main maybe the all-time favorite mechanics of Diablo, skill tree. I think that's gonna make the game for me from 7 to 9 or 10. For me, I'm waiting for it so long. Now to finish up, to wrap up things, um, the optimistic thing. I think the crew at Blizzard is thinking the same, and I think they are working on doing such a change. I don't know if the change is going to be good, but according to looking at that, whenever they decide to do something positive, I mean, look at the graphics, look at the, the balance changes that the game is obtaining, the different seasoned mechanics, the skill improvements. They improved the basic skill powers. The basic skills became much better this season. That's amazing. I've been waiting for it for so long. It makes so much sense. So I'm thinking, they said they're gonna work on the skill tree. It's very time consuming, and they want to do something big. So I hope that's the where they're gonna approach. And also, I think that maybe seasonal mechanics such as these having infusions. Maybe it's because they're considering of taking the skill tree and maybe taking, look, for instance, maybe taking claw that I'm using now. Maybe instead of having this idiotic two option branching that I talked about before, maybe just having multiple options of branches for all of the skills. So when I want poison infusion, I can choose infusion for all of my basic skills, and maybe even take two basic skills. What do I care if they do poison damage? I can create a poison grid that is amazing, right? So just an example. So I think they're working on it, and I have to tell you, if they're not going to do something serious with the skill tree, I think I'm not going to buy the expansion, which is, you know, I waited for a decade for Diablo 4. I would buy it even if it cost $500. Yeah, if I could get it a month earlier. So, but the expansion, if it it's either going to be amazing, changing all of this gameplay type to less idiotic, more serious to the players, even for kids. And I think, yeah, if they do it, I'm gonna run and purchase the game, and I think I'm gonna play until like I'm 70 maybe. Um, yeah, and claiming that the game is needs to be simple and easy for everybody. That's okay. I think the game is over simple. It's not necessarily easy or whatever, but it's very simple. It's easy to play. The visuals, the UI is extremely explanatory. I have something to say about that, but in a different video. So I'm saying if they improve the skill tree, nothing bad is gonna happen. All of this completely needs to disappear, I think. And you need to have some kind of a branching out synergy, like tree, more actually similar to this, when you can customize everything, and then the game is gonna be terrific. And then the only thing they will need to do is just add content. So if you like my videos, I know I don't have too many yet because I usually create videos for a different YouTube channel that I have, but I started doing this. So if you like it, then maybe like and subscribe. That would be great. And let me know in the comments if you agree with what I said, and maybe if you have also game-changing ideas. So see you soon.